Hello and welcome. This project that I'm going to show you is taken from this book. So, if you're interested in this book, I highly recommend it, and you can buy it online on Origami Shop or on somewhere else, but I'll leave a link in the description for this. So, let's get started, and I'm gonna say that we're gonna make a base that is made for the 80% of the projects in that book. So if you're able to go all the way to that base, you can make a lot of really different origamis from that book, and this is awesome. So let's get started by making both sides diagonal creases and also horizontal and vertical creases on our square sheet of paper. Now, I am using a square sheet of paper that I got from a A4 sheet of paper. But I'm gonna say that for this origami you can go on forever, and you'll see what I'm talking about later. And you can go on forever on this project if you have a big enough square sheet of paper. So if you want to make something funky, like instead of making something like this with 1, 2, 3, and 4 layers, you can go on forever. After you've done this, you take all the edges and fold them up to the center. Be careful with this origami. Accuracy is always required for origamis, but for this origami, it's pretty important. It's always important, but you know, be careful. Just be careful. Another thing, this origami requires some skills, some manual skills. So if you are not an medium expert or origami folder, I suggest to gain those skills before. So after you've done this, you have to take all the sides of the square and fold them up to the center as well. Unfold everything, and after you've done that, we have to make a windmill. So in order to do that, fold this side of the paper, take this diagonal crease and fold it. I'm going a little bit faster because I assume that if you have the skills to do the entire origami, you won't have problems with doing the windmill. So, fold here, and as you can see, you'll have this configuration. Repeat this step on all middle diagonal creases. So, let's go here and do this, close the paper, take this diagonal crease now, fold it, as well as the other one, and just close the paper like this. And this is a windmill, of course. Now, we have to make some squash folds now. Let's take this side of the paper and squash it down like this. Repeat the steps on all four sides. Make sure it's as accurate as you can. And after you've done this, you can make the base I was talking about. So in order to make this base, there are three methods. There's one easy, one medium, and one hard. I'm gonna explain the medium one, of course. But in the book you can find all three of them. Now, take this edge of the paper and fold it up to the center. And crease sharply because we are gonna collapse this side of the paper. Unfold and repeat the step 3 more times. Now, after you've done this, what you're gonna do is to open one of those sections, like everything, in order to collapse this fold we just made. So we just have to make mountain fold here and on the other side as well. Like this. And what we're going to do is basically a small water bomb base. So we have to take the diagonal creases and just fold them inside like this. The bottom ones first, then tuck a finger in here and just push the paper down in order to make these other two diagonal creases to fold. Take this last side of the paper, this last section, and fold it back up on the crease we already have. Repeat this step 3 more times. The final result should look like this. And this is the base made for the majority of the projects in the book. So if you're able to do this, you'll have fun with that book, I assure that. Now, at this point, we just have to make this side of the paper line up with the center. And we're gonna do this 8 more times, so 7 more times, so on every side. Like this. Then unfold and repeat on the other the other ones. Once you've done this, we have to take every single triangle and take the left crease we have here and make it a mountain fold. So open here, make this crease a mountain fold, and after you've done that successfully, take everything to the left. So now you'll have this diamond over here. Make sure that this crease is aligned with his twin at the bottom. Once you have everything properly aligned, you can crease. And on this side of the paper, you can see that we have this paper here, this section of the paper. We just have to pull it out and fold it on this crease. So down here we have this crease. Just fold it on that crease, and you can see that we don't have a crease over here that helps us with folding. We just have to make it. So this is the mirrored side of this side. So you just have to make everything aligned here and then crease right there. On the left side, we're gonna fold this crease. Fold this one. Because logistics, we need the space. And on the right side, just tuck it underneath. After you've done that, repeat this step on the remaining 3 sides of the paper. Once you have the project look like this, you can take all those flaps and fold it back and unfold them back like this. After you've done that, you can take the paper and turn it over. Now we have this big square to work on. It's real flat. We need to make creases on it because that's how origami works. So take it like this on diamond shape, and we'll take this edge and fold it up to the center. But be careful. First, we need this to be as accurate as we can. So be sure that here there's the pointing edge as well as here. These 2 sides are aligned with the creases down here. And as you can see, we have this side of the paper that we have to work on. We just have to make this side be aligned with the center. And as we do this, of course, here is gonna make an edge as well as at the bottom. Once you have everything properly aligned, you can crease. And be careful, if you don't have this as accurate as you can, try to manipulate the paper, because this is pretty important. It's not that important, you can also skip this, but I suggest to try to make it as accurate as you can. So once you have done that, you can crease and unfold. And do the same thing on the remaining 3 flaps. After this, here comes the the nasty step, because what we're gonna do now is to fold the paper on this slightly, like this, and as you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 flaps here. And what we're gonna do is just to collapse the paper on this crease that just goes on to the whole paper. Is gonna make a square. If we push the middle, it's gonna make a square. But we're gonna make not a square, we're gonna make a triangle, because we have to be concerned about this side of the paper here, because this side, the side I'm touching, is gonna just stuck right on this paper here. But I'm gonna show you first, because this is confusing. I know. Take this paper like this, pinch here and here, and slightly pull. You can see that the point here, the pointy edge here is not pointing anymore. Is not pointy anymore. We have to make this crease over here pop out, as well as this crease over here. I suggest you to not touch the paper and watch me first, because if you look away, you're gonna be confused. So this, and also this. So open here and try to make it pop out. You can see that this here is trying to get away from this position. You can also notice that we have this crease over here. This side of this triangle has to be on top of it. So this is not correct. We have to adjust it. We have to make it so that it doesn't, we should not see this side of the paper. First we need to crease, try to help the creases stay in their positions. So we're gonna do this thing in order to make this messed up pyramid. So before you push down the edge of the pyramid, make sure that this side here is properly aligned. So it has to be folded on the crease we have here and attached to this side of the paper. This is very important. After you have everything properly aligned, you can push down. Don't worry about the dirt on the paper. It gets better. And now we have a reverse pyramid, as you can see. Next step we have to do is to try to pull out the rest of the paper that is stuck underneath this triangle. So, but we have to try not to take this side of the paper be pulled out. So the left side needs to be still tucked underneath. The right side has to be pulled off. So we have to be very careful. We can rip the paper. We can pull off the wrong side. And so you have to do it very, very carefully. So I'm going to show you. Try to pinch the paper over the crease, because if you pinch the paper on the right side, the paper is going to rip. You can also try to open here a little bit to force the paper come out. Try to pinch the paper on the left side so the paper here won't be pulled off. And there you go. Pull off the paper carefully. And as you can see now, we have this diamond shape here. I know it's gonna be really hard. You may try a lot of times at the beginning, but it's doable, I assure you. Now, we have this diamond shape. There's a middle crease here. We have to fold the paper in the middle crease and make this crease here a mountain fold as we do it. So we're just gonna overlap the two triangles that make the diamond. After you've done this, take this side of the paper, so this crease, this middle crease, and just close it, and everything should align by itself. So after you've done this, if you're able to do this, my congratulations. You're skilled enough to do this project, and now you have to do it on the remaining three sides. So we'll see you then. The final result after that step should look like this. I know you may have some problems with this step. I suggest you to try again a lot of times, because this is not a thing that you just do it. You have to learn how to do it if you don't know it yet. And you can go back to on the video to watch again the step. And yeah, my advice is just to train on that if you're not able to. Now, next step is to make this square become a diamond. And that means that we have to take the edges and pull them up to the edges of this diamond on the bottom. How are we gonna do it? We have to look at the inside. Now we have this fold here, which is a vertical fold. We have just to open it like this. So just shift it on the left. And we have this fold here, this side of the paper here, which it's usually on this position, but you may also find it on this position. So find it and put it on this position. What we have to do is just to make this edge align to this edge, and this edge align with its twin here as well. And when we have everything aligned, you just crease this side of the paper here. So I'm gonna turn the paper a little bit, 90 degrees, and repeat the step on the other side, on the other edge. And I'm gonna do it 4 times total. We have to make the whole square to shift on the left. So take this, and do that, and do that. And do the shenanigans 3 more times. So after you've done that, you may have this configuration. Let's see in the inside. Let's open here. We will have 2 creases parallel one to the other. One bigger, one smaller. One that goes up and aligns with this edge this line here, this side, which is this, as you can see, and the other one parallel, smaller in the inside. And we should have this on all four sides. If we don't have it, that's probably because the smaller one did not come with us when we were folding the paper like this. So just take the crease and do what you have to do. Now, from this point onwards, you can just go on and do the same thing we did almost until infinity if you have a big enough paper. Because the next step we're gonna do is to take the edge and fold it up to the center. And you're gonna see something familiar. You see that we have this side of the paper here, like before, that has to be aligned properly like this. So what I'm trying to say is that you can do this step on all four sides and end this project, or you can go on one more step and make this triangle a diamond shape, or you can do this or four sides and just repeat the steps we just made. That means open here, make the pyramid here, and go on. You can go on forever if you have a big enough paper. Not forever, but virtually you can do it. So that's your choice. You can end up the project folding this four sides like this. You can go on and make this, which I'm gonna show you how, or you can just repeat the step until you're bored or until the paper doesn't allow you to anymore, and then go back to the final step, which is this one. I hope I was being clear with that. It was a little bit confusing. So what we need to do now is to fold back all four sides, and this is the final project. But we can go on and do a little bit more like this. I'm gonna show you how. Or you can do the pyramid thing, as I was saying. So fold back up, unfold back up. Do the same thing we should do with for the pyramid. So fold in half like this, and we are gonna focus on this fold here first. All right, let me say that you can also take something to pull out the paper from here, but I can't do it, so I'm gonna explain it my way. But you can experiment if you want. So take the paper like this. We're gonna focus on this fold here. First, we're gonna invert this this fold, because we need to crease as sharply as we can to collapse the paper. As you can see, now the fold is folded backwards. Can do it a couple more times just to be sure. And now what we have to do is to flatten it. And in order to do that, we can take these two sides of the paper, pull them aside gently, because you're gonna rip the edge. And then use your finger to push the paper down. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. That's the maximum zoom that I can do with this camera. Sorry. just have to push down the paper gently in order to make the creases we have here and on the other side as well. Just follow the whole paper. I don't know what I just said. But that's the final result. So it's gonna make a diamond shape over here. After you've done that, you just close the paper back, and when you unfold, you're gonna have this diamond over here. So after you've done, you can fold everything back up, and this is the final result. You can place a really heavy book for a day maybe on here to make this flaps not go back up. And yeah, this is the final result. I really enjoy it. I'll leave a link in the description for the book if you're interested in too. And if maybe you can see here something that appeals your mind, your curiosity, and you can click it if it's there. You can click it. This is the next video that I'm gonna do, the next tutorial. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.